Hi everyone, my name is Emma Carmen and I will be doing the Instagram live conversations for the next month or so with each and every head coach within the NCATA. First up today from Alderson Broaddus University, we will have Emily Hossler. Emily is from West Virginia. We will be joining Emily in just a second here. She will be joining us on the Alderson Broaddus Acrobatics and Tumbling Instagram. And we are going to these coaches every single day. There's going to be about one or two coaches on with me every single day. And we're just going to talk about their university. Emily, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. Thank you. First episode.
I'm sorry, my internet's being kind of weird, so I'm gonna try to go outside. So
No
I can
worries
hear
at
you a little
all.
better.
That's totally fine.
Um,
No worries at all. We're gonna have probably internet things. So I just was saying, can you just tell us a little bit more about Alderson Broaddus? Obviously, NCATA members across all divisions compete in Division 1, 2, and 3, but there are some differences when it comes to the recruiting process. So what division are you and where exactly is your university located?
so we are actually a Division II school, and we're located in central West Virginia. They call it North Central West Virginia. So we're about an hour south of Morgantown, 2 hours south of like Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and 4 hours from Washington, D.C., like Richmond-ish area too. So we're pretty centrally located in West Virginia and kind of with a lot of bigger cities around us, yes.
So at Alderson Broaddus, what are some of your academic strengths that you have, especially within your program too?
So we're kind of known for our sciences and our health science program. So we have an amazing nursing program, an amazing biology program. Our exercise science program is one of our most popular majors on campus and definitely within our team. I think about half of our team are exercise science majors currently. They just revamped the whole entire program to be split into 6 different concentrations, and all of the curriculums are based on what grad schools across the country are accepting for their prereqs. So the director of that program put a lot of work into making sure that continued education will be easy for the graduates of this program. And obviously a lot of athletes are really interested in, the exercise science and the rehab and the physical therapy, athletic training. So that's definitely one of our most popular majors at school and within our team.
That's awesome. So what are some of the strengths of your individual program of acrobatics and tumbling at AB?
I would say some of our strengths definitely come from the atmosphere that we create. We definitely have a family atmosphere, not only within our program, but at our school. So that kind of allows us to excel in the fact that we're all so close and they're all so trusting of each other. Obviously, in the sport, you have to trust everybody on your team that's lifting you and cheering for you and being next to you. So a lot of our strengths are rooted from the fact that we're all like a big family.
So on a more personal level, I was telling the viewers earlier on that you graduated from Alderson Broaddus yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You were part of that inaugural team back in 2015. So how did you get involved in acrobatics and tumbling and come across the sport?
So I was a competitive cheerleader for pretty much my whole life. And personally, the competition aspect was always my favorite. I always loved to watch sports and go to sporting events. So cheering on the sidelines was never really my favorite part of the sport. And I wanted to continue competing in college, but I wanted to go to a smaller university. I accidentally ran into the coach at the time at a big cheer competition, and it took her about 30 seconds to explain acro and tumbling to me, and I was sold. I was like, you mean I get to compete? I get to be an athlete, but I don't have to stand on the sidelines? And I mean, the second I visited campus and saw a video, I was in, and I knew this is what I wanted to do. And obviously I liked it so much that I made a career out of it. So I'm really glad that I was able to. It's crazy. The story is crazy. I pretty much accidentally fell into meeting her, and I'm so glad that I did.
Yeah, that's so great. So going off of that, obviously more schools have been joining within the NCATA, but we'll talk a little bit more about the significance of opportunities for young women to not only compete, but also coach in the sport just like you do.
So it's definitely, it's so different from growing up and being even a part of gymnastics or cheerleading. The fact that there are limited opportunities, I guess, within both of those sports in terms of roster size and in terms of schools that offer it. This is just another opportunity for females to be athletes in college and kind of get a different recognition than they did growing up. Coaching, it's crazy to me. I'm a head coach in this organization. It's a dream come true. And if you look at other sports and there's not, sorry, my internet's cutting out again. 70% of our coaches are, I think it's a statistic like that, are former athletes. And that's so cool that people are coming right out of college and being able to go into these coaching roles. And now with growing youth programs and growing club programs across the country, even if you don't land, a college coaching position, there's always opportunity to stay involved in the sport, especially with even judging and things like that. So you get to take something that you've been passionate about your whole life, continue it through college, and then if you're lucky, you can continue it on past that like I did.
Yes, and for you, obviously, you've had a ton of experience being part of an inaugural team, then a team that was around, and now coaching that. So what experience did you have as an athlete at Alderson Broaddus that you want to teach your athletes?
So my head coach really drilled into us and really taught us the importance of being a part of this. She always said, this is something bigger than yourself. And at the time, you really didn't understand kind of everything as an athlete, but being on the coaching side and realizing how much work has gone into, being, creating the NCATA, now going through the NCAA emerging sports status, it really is bigger than yourself, and you really are such a part of history, not only within the organization, but at your university. So I want to teach them that this is such an incredible opportunity, and to kind of always stay rooted in that history and kind of build our culture off of the fact that we were one of the first teams to join other than the original 5. So I definitely just want to let them know that this isn't just, a sport that you're doing for fun. I mean, now this year, they'll be the first NCAA emerging sport class competing. So, I mean, we're going to be in the history books one day, and that's definitely something that my coach drilled in me that I want to teach to my athletes as well.
Awesome. So thank you everyone for tuning into our first episode of Conversations with the Head Coach. Up next tomorrow, we are going to have Katie Horseman from Trine University at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm Emma Carmen, and we will be doing 1 to 2 conversations per day with the head coaches within the NCATA. Remember, if you can't tune in live, we will be putting these videos into our Instagram TV. So thank you so much, Emily. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you for having me. Bye.
Bye.